guys! Welcome to my channel. I'm Juliana. This is the first edition of a series of videos that I want to make for my channel on being magnetic and confident. I feel like things like your presence and your daily habits make such a huge impact on how attractive you are as a person. And because of that, I want to make these topics the first episode in this series. But I will definitely be making future videos on the grooming, the hygiene, and the personal style parts. I think there are certain high value habits that really anyone can implement into their daily life to elevate their presence and their aura. And it feels like this stuff is not really taught or can be sometimes hard to search for. By the way, if you're new to my channel, I mostly make fashion and beauty related content, but I feel like personal style and self-confidence definitely go hand in hand. You can be pretty, young, and popular, but ultimately if you give off an insecure aura, I think physical beauty can only really go so far. We want to not only be sophisticated in our appearance, but also magnetic in our character. But without further ado, let's begin. My first tip is something that I think is hard for many people, myself included, and that is to not over-apologize. This is something that I feel like a lot of us have gotten programmed to do. And I mean, it makes sense. We want to be liked by others, so things like over-apologizing and self-deprecating are ways that we think might make someone else more comfortable. But this is actually rarely the case for people that don't know you. An example of this is if you're really unhappy with your weight and you're constantly apologizing to others for how much space you feel like you take up or feeling the need to pause to eat something. The other person likely wasn't even thinking about your weight. But because you're placing emphasis and negative attention onto your weight by constantly apologizing for it, the other person may see you as maybe more insecure and may even start to view your weight in the same negative light as you do. Alternatively, even if nothing physical changes, if you do not over-apologize and bring attention to your body, the other person will likely not notice at all, and they'll generally regard you as a confident person. We really can't control how much people like us, but we can have people respect us if we come across as genuine and secure. And we tend to think that self-deprecation is something that'll make us more approachable, but all it really does is make us seem unsure and insecure. Of course, there is a fine balance. We all know the people that never take responsibility for anything or see themselves ever at fault. And that's really not what I'm advocating for. If we surround ourselves with people that want us to succeed, we shouldn't feel the need to be constantly apologizing for everything we do. And that links into my next tip, which is to mind who you surround yourself with. You want to actively pursue connections that make you grow in some way. As the saying goes, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And I know this can be hard when you're younger or maybe have a more controlling family, but I think it's something that at any age we can really lose sight of as daily life can get overwhelming and we retreat back into our comfort zone. The people that you want to surround yourself definitely don't have to be in a certain tax bracket, but they should be people with ambitions and a vision for their life. To find these people, I would say find something that you enjoy and then find an associated group that also shares this passion. For me personally, it's been dance, and I found so many amazing connections that I would have never had I not sought out this group. Obviously, it doesn't have to be dance. It could be like basketball, crochet, philanthropy, or fashion. Again, I'm so happy that you found my channel. Whatever matters to you, find a group that is passionate about it as well, and I promise you, you will be enriching your connections and therefore yourself as well. Going along with that, something that makes a person magnetic is if they predominantly talk about what they love and are excited about. This is not to say that you should never look up and not speak out when something's not right, but I think it's very easy to get into the habit of complaining. And I totally believe that venting about things from time to time can really reduce tension, but always complaining about things without any desire to fix them will ultimately only attract people in your life that are of that same low frequency. And there's definitely a social mirroring aspect to this. We are programmed to reflect back the energy of the person we're interacting with. So if you talk about things that make you happy and that you're excited for, other people will associate these positive emotions with their image of you because that is how you made them feel when you guys were together. Okay, next tip. Speak intentionally. I think we all tend to use filler words, especially when we're nervous, and it can be very awkward to have moments of silence. But if you're going to appear more secure and confident, you shouldn't feel responsible for always filling that silence. That means striking the balance between not always saying everything that comes to your mind, but also speaking up when you feel strongly about something. And this will make others really value your words more and listen to what you have to say. Going along with this, I still think it's very important to lean into your natural character. Again, I think one of the most important components to being magnetic is coming across as genuine. Whatever your nature is, whether you're super bubbly or pretty reserved, you really need to embrace that and become the best version of that. And again, it's important to surround yourself with people that like you for you. As corny as that sounds, true confidence is knowing that you are enough as a person while still having the humility to want to grow and improve yourself. And I mean, sometimes we grow up not really knowing our genuine nature because of influence from our parents or community that teach us that we should be a certain way. And for that, I think it's super important to be doing the inner work now to really understand who you truly are as a person. Personally, it's taken me a long time to embrace the fact that I'm a morning person. I used to get such FOMO for not being the type of person that went out most nights of the week. But once I realized that this is actually not something I truly want to change about myself, but rather something I've been societally programmed to feel shame for, I've learned to embrace that aspect of myself and have grown more secure within myself as a result. My last tip relates to how we talk to ourselves. There's definitely people that are very vain and love themselves a little too much, but if you're watching this video, I don't think you have that problem. We all need to speak to ourselves a little more respectfully. And it's crazy how we feel entitled to speak to ourselves so horribly just because we can't run away from ourselves. If what you're saying to yourself on a daily basis could make a child cry or make your partner break up with you, you need to re-examine your inner dialogue. And I think a lot of us make the mistake of thinking that being ambitious means mentally abusing ourselves when we screw up. Something that I found that has helped me is to try and think of both my wins and my failures as just feedback. A magnetic person is not someone who never makes mistakes, but rather is someone who treats their mistakes as just an indication that they need to realign their efforts. What they don't do is see their mistakes as a reflection of their self-worth. And I mention internal talk because it directly impacts self-esteem. If you talk to yourself in a loving and respectful way, it will be immediately reflected in how confident and secure you seem. Alright guys, that's all I have for you for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and let me know if you want me to feature more of these empowerment and self-improvement videos on my channel. Please follow my Instagram and TikTok, where I like to post a lot of fashion content and outfit inspo on there. Also, I'd love for you to subscribe and join the family. We are growing so quick and I'm so grateful for you guys. But yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!